Hello Year 4. Today in Maths we are continuing with our topic of statistics and we are moving on how to use a bar chart. So this is on page 143 in your Maths books. So some of you may already know what a bar chart is, but all it is a really easy way of displaying information visually, so it makes it easier to read rather than having lots of numbers. So if we have a look at our example, we've got our table, which remember we did the last two lessons, and then we've got our bar chart. So our bar chart just shows our information from our table. So it's another way of displaying the information. So before we begin, I'm just going to show you a few tips and tricks when we're looking at bar charts. Firstly, in a bar chart, we've got two axes. So I've just drawn an empty one here for you. And a good way to remember our two axes is that we read along the corridor and we go up the stairs. So when we're reading information, we read along and then we read up. Another trick that you need to remember is that on our y-axis we have a scale. So all this is it's what numbers we are going to go up in. So if you have a look at our examples, here our scale is 1 because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Here our scale goes up in tens, so we've got 0, 10, 20, 30. So for example, we could choose a scale of 5. We'd go 0, 5, 10, 15 and 20. So those are two tricks that you need to remember. We've got our x and our y axes and our scale. The first question that I'm going to go through with you today is question 1. So it says, copy out the bar chart and finish joining all the bars to the x-axis. So remember, our x-axis is along the bottom. So what we need to do is I've drawn out the bar chart already. This is question 1. You need to fill in all the information that they've already given you. Can you see there's little marks on the bar chart? So all you need to do is fill it in. So for example, sapphire has 30. Then I look back and it tells me that emerald has 40. So I go along to emerald and I go up to 40. I just make a little mark, then I draw my lines down to create my bar. So I can see question 4 will be really easy for me to answer because it says how many sapphires were bought. So if I'm reading how many sapphires are bought, I need to go along my corridor, I need to go up my stairs. So I want sapphire and it says 30. So for question 4, I know that 30 sapphires were bought. If we have a look at question 6, this is a bit of a tricky one. It says, which type of gemstone was bought twice as many as topaz? So if we have a look at topaz, we go along our corridor and we go up our stairs. We can see that topaz was bought 25 times, and I know that twice as many as 25 is 50. So what I need to look for is the bar that is 50, and I can see that ruby was bought 50 times. So the answer to number 6 would be 50. The last question that I'm going to go through with you is question 7. So this is a bit of a tricky one. It says, copy out the bar chart on the right. Label the y-axis scale in 6s. So remember we spoke about scales before. This scale goes up in 10s. This scale goes up in 1s. This says to label our y-axis in sixes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 0, 6, 12, 18, and 24. And then I need to fill out all the information. So I'm going to let you fill out the information yourself. That's the last question that I'm going to go through with you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them. Let us know how you get on.